Guess I'm live now. Let me see this. Alright. Why it's doing this. Let's see. Fix it. Hey, what's up? This is George Shamoun, and on this stream now, we're gonna talk about my YouTube channel topics, and I want to see what you're interested in learning about. So let me let me write down. So basically, okay, this is six. Yeah, so basically, I talk about making websites. This is the first topic. This is the primary topic of the channel. Making websites. Making. I'm not sure if you see it. It's only ink. Making websites. Okay. Number two is Visual Studio Code and a code editor, and how to make HTML and CSS codes, editing, making codes, simple codes. So HTML, CSS, and the HTML and CSS comes with the making website web pages. So the second topic I talk about is Linux commands. So almost most of the servers on the internet and the networks are running Linux operating system. So it's good to know some of the commands of Linux. I like it. And even at home, I run Linux here. I just ran a Linux 5 commands like before on a live stream if you want to watch it later on. And make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future updates and live stream like this one. And on my channel, I talk about making websites using softwares and software as a service, to how to make websites, how to make web pages, how to write codes, simple codes, HTML, CSS. And now I'm starting with JavaScript. So JavaScript is very important to know. And yeah, let me know if you're interested in certain topics. And also, I talk about Inkscape. Inkscape is a software you can use to make vector graphics. Vector graphics are very important because they're scalable graphics, and they don't change quality when you make them bigger. They use them for logos. And also, beside Inkscape, I talk about GIMP too. GIMP is a raster image photo editor. The raster image, it means it does the photos, like the pixelated photos, the pixels. So this is the difference between the raster images and the vector graphic imaging, the SVG files. So the SVG files are the scalable vector graphics. So when you draw them and you expand them, like make them bigger, they're not gonna lose quality. They use them for logos. And the raster images are more detailed. They're pixelated, they're more detailed, but if you make them bigger, they can lose quality. So it depends what you want to use it for. And also, I talk about the Visual Studio Code. It's a code editor. You can use it to make codes and to learn codes. I've been using it for the last 2 years, and a lot of developers recommend it. and I use HTML and CSS with it, and also I use JavaScript. But I think JavaScript you have to use the I don't know much JavaScript, very small amount. The most basic ones. I can make a code where you can click the mouse and make a circle become a square. A very simple, not complicated codes. But I'm better in HTML and CSS. CSS is great, if you learn it. Even though if you wanna make your own website, you don't have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. There are so many software where you can use them to build your a website. And guys, if you have any question, and let me know so I can answer you on this live stream. And make sure you enter a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm very interested to know where you're tuning in from. Are you from the US? What state are you in? Are you from overseas? Let me know if you're from overseas. What country are you coming from, or where you're tuning in? And make sure you submit a comment or a question so I can answer you on this live stream now. And we can keep the conversation going. We can talk more about the topics of my channel and what I'm interested to learn. If you're interested to learn about certain topics. So, like I said, on my channel, I talk about different topics. And the other one I talk about is, let me see, so Linux, making web pages, Inkscape for vector graphics, GIMP for raster imaging, and also I talk about video editing. But I'm not very good when it comes to. I'm not the expert on video editing, but I know the most basic ones. For vector graphics. So let me just mute this one here. Guys, if you're on this live stream, make sure you submit a comment or a question. Let me know if you have any question. I'm talking about topics about my YouTube channel, and if you're interested in learning about other topics, let me know. And make sure you submit your questions in the comment box. If you have any questions, and I'm very interested to know where you're tuning in from. Let me know. So. If you for raster imaging, and also I talk about video editing, but I'm not very good when it comes to. I'm not the expert on video editing, but I know the most basic. I need to make this. Yeah, okay. So yeah. So these are very interesting topics if you want to expand your knowledge when it comes to the technology fields. It's good to learn some software, like basics. You don't have to be too advanced, but almost, as you know, any job you do, anything you do, everything is online. Whether you're at home or at work, everything is online, everything is computerized, everything is either a local software on your machine or your computer or online. So like I showed you today, and let's say I'm running Linux on my machine at home here, Linux computer, and I was just running some Linux commands, and those are so important. I use Linux to run some commands like for network diagnostics, for speed. So I just ran 5 commands using Linux. The first one was ping. The ping command, which is when you hit the ping, ping a server or an IP address, and you get a reply, it means that server or that switch is online, or that network node, And if you don't get anything, it means it's unreachable. So maybe it's not online, or it's not programmed to reply. And then I ran the traceroute. Traceroute command is it's very interesting, because it shows you when you send a packet from your computer using traceroute to a certain destination on a network or on the internet, it shows you how many hops it goes through, how many switches, how many router or IP address. Those, because each router and switch on a network has IP addresses, So when you go with the type trace route and uh, and then the destination like a website or an IP address, the trace route command will give you an output on your screen and it'll give you the IP addresses, how the packet is traveling. This is very important. And then there's another command I use today. It's the NS lookup. NS lookup from the command line, you type NS lookup and then space, you enter a website or an IP address, usually a website like NS lookup space, let's say georgekcwebservices.com, that's my website. And you hit enter and the system will give you the DNS IP addresses. The DNS, it means domain name server, and the domain name servers of a web host, and it's used by your website. What it does, it translates IP addresses to names, like because computers don't understand names. Like when you type George KC or Yahoo.com or Google, computer don't understand those names. They understand IP addresses and numbers, and zeros and ones. So the IP addresses they come from zeros and one, and in a machine, and then they you change them to read them like so we as a human we can read them like 192.68.67.3. This is my IP address, and this IP address is translated by the domain name server to a name, like let's say yahoo.com, cnn.com. Computer don't understand those names. The DNS is the one that translate the IP address to a name at URL. Guys, if you have any questions on this live stream, submit it in a comment box and let me know what you're interested to learn about. I talk on my channel. I talk about 5 or 6 topics. Most of them are software oriented. I talk about the channel is web page coding, and I talk about how to use Visual Studio Code. It's a code editor software. How to make HTML, CSS codes for a web page to make simple web pages. And I talk about making simple web pages, simple websites. And also I talk about making graphics using Inkscape. Inkscape is, you can create SVG files, scalable vector graphics. And those scalable vector graphics are used for logos and simple drawing, not too simple, but not too many colors, like 3 or 4 colors. And you can enlarge them and they don't lose quality. That's what's good about SVG files. And then I talk about GIMP. You can do raster imaging. You can edit imaging using GIMP and the raster imaging, which is the PNG and JPEG file. And those are more complicated, more detailed, but because they use pixels, not lines like the SVG graphics. And the pixels, if you make it larger, you lose quality. This is why you cannot make it too large, So that's why logos are done using SVGs, and detailed graphics are made using raster imaging, So also I talk about video editing, making simple editing to videos. I'm not an expert when it comes to video editing. You can tell from my videos on YouTube. So I use Shotgun, and I've used the OpenShot video editor. Those are free. I use free softwares. Most of my softwares are free, This is why I like Linux, because Linux compute operating system is for free, and every software that runs on Linux is for free. You don't pay for it. There's no licenses. As long as you're using it home, you're not using in a production environment, in commercials, businesses, you don't have to pay it for it, So, and also I talk about, what else I'm trying to remember? Yeah, I said Linux commands, and check out my channel and the videos I have. I have about over 200 videos, and you can tell what topics I have them in a playlist. and the color codes so you can tell. And make sure you submit a comment if you have any questions about what I'm talking about topics, or if you have an idea about future videos that I can make and other topics about software and software as a service that I can make or learn, let me know. So, yeah, and make sure you let me know where you're tuning in from. Are you in the US here? What state are you coming from? Or are you in the overseas? What country are you coming from? And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, so you don't lose any future updates or any other live streams like this one. I start to make them often. And I have about over 200 videos on my channel. You can review them and you can learn a lot. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. So, yeah, my name is George Shamon, and I'm coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota in the Midwest region of the U.S. The Central Standard Time, it's 9:53 now p.m. on a Saturday. I think it's July 27, maybe. I don't know, July 27 or 26. Let me see. Yeah, 27, July 27. So I don't know where you're tuning in from. I'm very interested to know if you're on this live stream, where you're tuning in from, or what country or what state are you coming from. And then let me know if you have any questions and in the comment box so I can answer you now on this live stream. And if you are on a replay, if you can be on a replay after today on this video, let me know also where if you have any questions, submit them in a comment. So anybody have a question, let me know, please. I'm here to help you answer question that about software and software tutorials, about topics I use on my channel. So if you are interested in those, let me know, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. This way you don't miss future updates and future live stream like this one. And let me know what topics are you interested to learn about. Are you into programming, coding websites, HTML, CSS, JavaScript? Are you into Linux command, using Linux? Are you into graphics, making graphics using Inkscape and GIMP? I make videos about those. Are you into video editing? I make simple video editing tutorials about using OpenShot video editor and Kdenlive, and sometimes Shotcut. Those are software that you can use for video editing, and they're free. So I use a lot of software which are for free. So let me know if you're interested to learn about any other topics besides those on my channel. This way I can make more tutorials, more video updates, and yeah, let me know. Just submit a comment or question if you're interested in learning about those topics. And yeah, if you're on this live stream, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm very interested to know if you're in the US or overseas. What country are you from, or what state are you tuning in from? Let me know. I'm very interested to know. And also, if you have any questions, submit them in the comments so I can answer you on this live stream now. And even if you are on a replay, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I value your time and your attention, because you can be knowing how much you're bombarded with messages online and offline. So let me know if you have any questions, and just say hi in the comments so I know there's somebody listening to me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm not sure 100% because nobody is saying anything. So again, my name is George Shamon, and coming to you from live from the U.S. state of the South Dakota. I mean, now I'm live. After this stream is over, it's not gonna be live. So, but if you are on a replay, you can still submit comments and let me know if you want to learn anything about, related to coding and the other software. All right. Okay, I'll be hanging out for a few more minutes in case somebody have a question, and so I can answer you. While on this live stream, if you have any questions or comments, or if you want me to, if you have any ideas about future video tutorials, I can make those. What else? Who else? Hey guys, let me know where you're tuning in from and if you have any questions. So I want to welcome you to this live stream and thank you so much for tuning in. Your time and attention is very valuable to me. I do appreciate it. So yeah, make sure you let me know if you have any questions so I can answer you related to software I use, like software as a service. One Morgan. Hi Morgan, thanks for tuning in. The next live, maybe to hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be the next live, in the evening, hopefully. I don't have a set time yet, but I'll do one for sure tomorrow. Are you interested in learning anything, any topics about my this? Hi, how are you? Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Morgan. Are you a subscriber? I think your last name is a bit familiar with me. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and let me know where you're interested in learning. What topics do you like to learn about? On this channel, I talk about so many topics like making websites, simple web pages, website builders, and I just started. Okay, I just started a website by scratch. Okay, so you're using HTML, CSS from scratch. Building an online. Okay, online store. What are you using? What platform are you using? Are you using specific platforms? I mean, it's gonna be a big endeavor, I think, making a website from scratch using e-commerce. Okay, WordPress. Yeah, WordPress is very customizable. You can customize it, and I guess you can be using WooCommerce or BigCommerce, one of those plugins for e-commerce. WordPress. Yeah, I like WordPress. I mean, obviously, okay, Bluehost. It's a self-hosted Bluehost. Yeah. What made you decide to build it from scratch? Because you have so many. Unless it's a project or you're taking an online course, big WooCommerce. Okay, because. Uh, you have lot of e-commerce platform that you can use. You can use like Shopify. You can use Squarespace. You can use Weebly, Wix, Square Up. But that's fine. It's good if you're interested in learning from scratch. That's fine too. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for sharing your projects. I have a simple website. It's not an e-commerce one. It's georgekcwebservices.com. I use Hostinger web hosting. It's a self-hosting, and I don't have anything to sell yet. So that's why. I've used WordPress in the past and I have a little bit of coding. But okay, so you've used WordPress in the past and you have little bit of coding background. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've used WordPress before, but I didn't do any programming with it. So now I'm taking online courses for the last 2 years, and I feel comfortable with HTML, CSS now. But I started not too long ago with JavaScript, and it's not that easy. JavaScript is difficult. So, but I know the basics. I can do very basic stuff in JavaScript, like with the click of a mouse, change the color of a box, or change the shape. I can do those. So yeah, it's good. It's nice skill to know. I'm not in real life. I mean, this is real life, but I'm trying to say like offline. I am in a telecom engineering business, but I'm doing this on a side. I want to expand my knowledge, and I want to you know go up in my skills, in the technical skills. So yeah, I don't know Java. It's Java, like it's a programming language. It's been around forever. Yeah, I don't know Java. I intend to learn PHP afterwards, after I become comfortable with JavaScript. I'm gonna start learning PHP. Because they say you can do a lot with it, and it's not that complicated like other languages, and it doesn't change. And it's good for the back end. So I can do those basic things too. Okay, yep, yep, yep. Yeah, it's good. It's nice project to do. But you know what I noticed, Morgan? I noticed uh, when you start integrating applications, things become hairy. That's why I'm coming to believe that it's good to have a Shopify store if you're serious about having e-commerce, or Squarespace and Weebly. But now for a personal project, and if you want to try things, that's great. It's good to know how easy or how difficult it is, and then you'll take it from there. But I've been thinking a lot about making a website using Squarespace. I've been listening. I've been hearing a lot of good news about the Squarespace, and you know. But yeah, for personal project, this is great. So yeah, anybody else have any question about the topics we're talking about? Morgan, are you one of my subscribers? If not, please subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. I think I've seen your name before. I think it's yeah. Who else have any questions? I mean, recently I realized that you can do a lot with CSS too. HTML5, CSS3, you can do a lot. I mean, uh, okay, great. Thank you for subscribing, Morgan. So, see, you can do a lot with CSS. I thought like everything you want to do with JavaScript to do some animation, clicking, but I found out you can do a lot with CSS, like using the hover effect. You can use animation with the CSS. So it's great, and that's why I'm not rushing to learn JavaScript. I said let me get a better handle on HTML and CSS before I start with JavaScript. I like to learn one skill at a time and make sure I have it good. I nail it down. So are you in the U.S., Morgan, or overseas? I am in South Dakota. I'm coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota in the Midwest. Who else? Anybody have a question? Yep, that makes sense. Yep. Guys, if you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if you will be on a replay in the future, also, I want to thank you. And make sure you submit any questions or any comments or New York. Okay, and yeah. Yeah, I used to live in New Jersey, close. I don't know what part of New York you live in, but I used to live in New Jersey for a long time. I lived in Central Jersey in New Brunswick. Then I lived in Newark, New Jersey. That was close to my job. And I used to go to Manhattan often, using the path. It was nice. I like Manhattan. Anybody else have any questions? Western New York, okay. Western New York. So you're close to New Jersey, I guess. I mean, part of New Jersey, they call it Western New York, I think, close to the Hudson River. Yeah, anybody else have a question? If you're tuning in, let me know so I can answer you on this live stream. If I have the answer, if not, I'll try to direct you to the right resources. I'm not sure what you mean, Ohio and Pennsylvania, or you live in now in. I'm not sure what you mean, NAW, Ohio and PA. Now, Ohio and PA. Rochester, okay, all right, okay. Yeah, you're not too far, I guess, from Manhattan, right? You're not Rochester, New York. I mean, I can't remember, and I'm not familiar with every area, but I think closer to Rochester. I mean, New York is a big state too. So Morgan, how far are you in a project? Do you have like a website and URL, and or you just building it on your computer? I mean, if you have a Bluehost, 8 hours away. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, New York is a big state. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got everything. I even started my blog page, and I am paying for classes already, but the classes are not leaving me in a leading me in a direction that I am trying to go towards. Okay, yeah. So I know how to edit. I know how to add stuff, links, photos, even Drop shipping partner. Oh, okay, that's nice. I mean, you're coming a long way. Yeah, sometimes the classes, I'm not sure if you're taking college classes or online classes. I mean, they help. It depends. It depends. Okay, it's not live yet. I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. You're still in a process of developing the website, and okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, that's a great experience. That's yeah, yeah. I had the feeling you're saying leading instead of leaving. Yeah. Uh, Yeah, that's a great experience, learning experience. If you can build things from scratch with the class. So yeah, that's nice. It's yeah. I take online. I joined a subscription online, but I don't do it often. But I have access to it. So what I learned, I wanted to practice to make sure what I'm learning in a course. I'm able to figure out on my own to make simple. This is why I'm taking my time. Oh, I have a bachelor's degree already. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's. I'm taking classes all on my own. Okay, sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm taking. I'm not sure if you've seen a guy named Coding Phase. He has a platform, so I joined like 2 years ago, and he's always on YouTube. And I'm taking classes with him. He has like subscription online courses, not live. So I have to watch the videos and then I apply what I'm learning. And I got stuck recently on JavaScript because I didn't know how to make the notification. I mean, you make a small program and then you get a notification. And I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't even understand the videos. And I told them that's why I stopped at that point. So I might take another one because I like to learn JavaScript. It's very interesting. Yeah, courses will help, classes and courses will help. Yeah, yeah. So, but the problem is, if you get stuck, sometimes that's the problem. You don't have any live help, or then they'll make you pay more if you need the live assistance or one-on-one. You can pay for individual class forms. I think. Yeah, yes, yeah. You can pay for any classes or anything, but the problem if you get stuck, like programming is not easy. Sometimes like you need the individual help, but still, I mean, even if you get one-on-one help, nobody can enter it in your mind. You have to do it. You have to practice. You have to try the code on your own computer using Visual Studio Code or other software to see how, and you have to try things. So yeah, thanks Morgan for sharing this valuable information. It's very helpful for everybody. So yeah, yeah. I'm not familiar with the Java, but Java, I know it's a programming language for the back end, and it's difficult. And it's widely used, but with big companies, I think. And nowadays, I'm sure there's jobs with Java, but from what I'm seeing online, there's a lot of jobs for Python. There's PHP. There's JavaScript. Yes, yes. In the beginning, you pay for stuff. Once you don't need it anymore, you're not gonna keep paying. That makes sense. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't pay too much for the course I'm taking. It's a platform, and it used to be $20 a month, and without any assistant, just on my own. I watch the videos on my own, that's all what I need for now. And then they gave me 50%, so I'm paying basically only $10 a month. That's why I don't want to discontinue the membership, even though I'm not using it that much. But I don't know when I need it. That's why I want to keep the subscription going. It's worth it. So and he has like lot of courses in his platform. Like he has JavaScript, PHP, the text commands, Linux. I mean, Linux. I'm familiar with the Linux commands. I'm not looking for courses in Linux. I've been using it for a long time, and yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's cheap to $100 flat out, and then you get the full course and certificate at the end. Yeah, yeah, that's perfect too. Yes, some people pay like, from what I hear, they go to what do you call them? Boot camps, and they pay thousands of dollars, and they give them promises that they're gonna find them jobs, and not everybody is finding jobs. So yeah, those like $100 here, 100 there, it's not too bad if you're learning. That's cheap. It's Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this live stream, and oh, somebody is coming in now. Hi, Rizo. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking about software I use on my channel and tutorials. And if you're interested to know about coding, basic codings, and other stuff, so if you have any question, I can answer you now before we wrap up for the session. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have another live stream. I'm not sure exactly what time, but I'll have one maybe in the evening, like this one. So yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. And anybody have a question? So good night, Morgan. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, and see you in the near future. Maybe tomorrow if you're around. We can talk tomorrow. Shout out to Rizzo Joe. Do you have any questions? Can I help you with anything? Any questions about coding, basics, HTML, CSS, making simple websites, using website builders, using Inkscape for vector graphics, using GIMP for raster imaging, just the basics. And I have over 200 videos on my channel. You can go through them if you like. So okay, guys, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up for this evening. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'll do another live stream tomorrow, but I have to prepare for it to see. You know, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good evening, good night, or good day. It depends where you are. Thank you so much. All right, see you in a tomorrow.